Before you know about the energies where you need to tap in, it is most important that why you need to tap in these energies, right? To know your full potential, it is important to know what is the purpose behind tapping these energies. Well, the main purpose behind tapping these energies within you is to understand the purpose of your life and how you can follow the purpose and attain it in your life. So, in this chapter, I'll tell you about the purpose of your life and what you need to do in order to achieve a holistic development in your life by moving in the journey to attain your purpose in this life. So, thank you. Let's move on to the next slides and see that how your purpose will help you in your life. This content is not intended to harm any societal and cultural beliefs. It is a representation of the concept of how civilizations have evolved in India with the faith and belief of Sanatan System of Life and how it got distorted in due course of time due to attrition. It does not target any community, culture, society, ethnicity, race, religion, country, or person. The content is to project and create awareness in the society to visualize and feel the true heritage of India. The main target of this video is to awaken the world in understanding that India is not a third world country, as it has been coined since last century as the history speaks. When Asia is the pure land of spirituality, India is the leader in all aspects. It has been the land of eternal knowledge, and it is still the same. Just due to toxication of the society made in this new world, people are getting detached from their origin and accepting a fake, vulnerable lifestyle which is getting transferred to the next generation, ultimately resulting to original identity crisis. What is the purpose of our life? The purpose of our life is to learn the spiritual lessons for which we are designed for. The main purpose of lives of human is to break the cycle of souls, to break through by learning all the lessons and finally achieving moksha or spiritual liberation. Every soul gets moksha, but it depends on the hard work and dedication in which the soul learns from life, from repeated life. Every life is designed with some spiritual lessons, and if the person is able to learn the spiritual lessons in that life, that person gets upgraded to the next life. And that is how the journey begins and finally ends in moksha. Now, how can we attain spiritual wisdom and through which we can attain moksha? One top secret to it is aligning your subconscious mind with your conscious mind. Conscious mind is your logic. Logic gives you a practical plan. Your subconscious mind is your wish fulfillment, or you can say what your heart desires. And you can attain all your wishes through your conscious mind when you have a practical plan to it. When both the subconscious and conscious mind gets aligned together, it helps you in achieving the final goals of your life. So, how can we get nearer to the main goal or the main objective of our life, which is spiritual liberation or moksha? The way life has helped us over a period of time is through variety of external environment and events, and also through our internal transformation. The first important factor within us is dharma. We must practice dharma or the way or path of righteousness, in which we should not support any injustice and rather be truthful and more powerful in our actions. We should not cause any kind of harm, and dharma basically is the process in which we can become a better and powerful being by just following the principles, by just practicing the principles of life, the major principles which helps us to go nearer to the main purpose of our life. The second most important part of our life is earth, earth or wealth. Artha means wealth. Now, there are two types of wealth. One, the material wealth, the other, the spiritual wealth. Material wealth is something which we get from nature or natural resources. Through our hard work and through a lot of dedication, we can get a lot of material wealth, which ultimately helps us to survive and live a fulfilled life with lot of comforts on this planet. While on the other hand, the other wealth which we have is knowledge or wisdom. So Artha has everything has a meaning, everything is wealth to us. Okay. So something which is more important to us is finding out the main meaning, why we want to earn wealth, why we want to earn money for a comfortable life, why we want a comfortable life so that we can be satisfied within our own selves, right? Similarly, why do we need spiritual wealth? Spiritual wealth will help us in creating awareness in this world. It will help us in achieving a lot of uh, solutions from the problems which people deal with in day to day life. It will help us in giving our next generation an advantage, a first mover advantage in which they can be ahead of time. The third most important factor of life is calm. Calm doesn't mean always the desires or the pleasure which makes us happy. Calm is the contentment, the peace a person can witness. It is the power, it is the uh, wealth as well as the principles, a combination of wealth and principles which gets inside our mind in creating something. The creation, anything which we create, any hobby, anything which makes us happy, it might be a sport, it might be some different knowledge, it can be anything which fulfills us from within is calm. Anything which will help us in making a new dimension, because imagination is endless, imagination is limitless, and that is the reason we need to unleash this creative energy within us. Kama is the creative energy. It helps us in making new things in life. It the major purpose is procreation and regeneration of life, or you can say progeny. You can say that is how Kama is defined in most texts. But the main purpose of Kama is to create and procreate so that the legacy continues from one generation to the other. When we have a balance in these three things, dharma, artha, and kama, we can attain moksha in life depending on the activities we are doing in daily life. In terms of energy, consider dharma as the power of Lord Shiva. Consider artha as the power of Lord Vishnu, and the principle of kama as the power of Lord Brahma. And that is how you can finally reach liberation or moksha in life. Let's move ahead and find out how it will help us and what are the principles, what are the ways or the principles in which you can move forward in life. through the spiritual lessons. The first lesson, dharma, the righteousness. You can see the wheel out here, right? Wheel is a depiction of life. The cycle of souls. More you learn the lessons of life, more you will go closer to this wheel. This wheel of life teaches you the spiritual lessons from time to time. You learn the real righteousness of life through many lives by transforming and evolving as a soul from one dimension to the other. And that is how you can achieve the first process or the first step in which will help you in becoming an evolved soul and going near to moksha. So the wheel of righteousness, also depicted as the Sudarshan Chakra or ring of Saturn. Why is it depicted as a Sudarshan Chakra or ring of Saturn? Because it does not promote injustice. If someone has done something wrong, that person should be punished. If someone is creating harm to the society, that person should get the lessons that they deserve. While the person who is doing good for the people or good for the society or the world should be rewarded. So, dharma is this wheel. It rewards those people, this wheel rewards those people who are in the process or the follows the principle of dharma or righteousness, and those who does not follow dharma, the same wheel punishes them through lessons, events, and people. So, what is dharma and what are the principles of dharma? First, dharma is a principle. These are certain principles which is inherent within us. We know when we are doing right and we are doing wrong. It is the value system which upgrades us. It is the truthfulness. It is the integrity and ethics. It is the forgiveness, acceptance, and finally, it is providing justice to the world. We can attain all these principles through persistence and patience. It is the wealthy mindset which separates the best from the rest. And it is the spiritual knowledge and the material wealth which will help you to go nearer to your goals and purpose of life. Everyone, as they want a very comfortable life, it is the necessity for all of us to understand why the mindset is more important. The mindset is more important in our life just because it helps us to align a practical plan with our wish fulfillment. The subconscious mind promotes the wishes manifestation, and the conscious mind promotes action and a practical plan. When both will align, we can create an empire. We can create something which is more helpful for the whole world and also for us. First, it will help us to create our life. Then, it will help others to create their life by inspiration, by motivation, and through use of both the spiritual and material wealth. So, what are the contents which is required to have a wealthy mindset? The first important factor which is required to have a healthy and a wealthy mindset is knowledge, wisdom, and the process of knowledge attainment. We keep learning from the books, we get programmed from time to time. We have a system in which we are properly brainwashed in a system in which we grow mentally, but we don't grow spiritually or we emotionally. We don't grow like that. We need to find out the sources from which you can get or understand the spiritual knowledge and wisdom, the knowledge which will help you to tap into your energy and finally get your manifestation fulfilled through actions. It is the monetary assets, properties, name and fame, and ancestral wealth which completely helps you in attaining your material wealth. Now, these assets, properties, name and fame, and ancestral wealth are the contents which fulfills your material wealth. But how can you achieve this material wealth? Achieve this material wealth through hard work, dedication, initiation, and actions. Spiritual wealth. So finally, spiritual wealth, you can attain this through continuous process and experiences in your life, because more you experience in life, more you will understand how the law of universe works, how it will help you in going nearer to your goals. Karma, the true origin of our creation. Is important in our life so that we can create more in our life. We can create more to this world, and we can keep a legacy, make a legacy when we leave this planet. We are here to learn, earn, and finally, when we leave the world, we can contribute something to the world, right? That is the main purpose, as I've explained that before. So, what are the contents of karma? The main contents of karma is duties of living, the daily routine work, inventions, hobby, leisure, creativity, sexual desire, accomplishments, and procreation. Why these things are important? These things are important because all these things requires action. When we follow dharma, we are following principles. To attain the earth of our life, to get the material wealth of our life, and the knowledge, and to transfer the knowledge which we have, we need to take actions. So these are all the actions which is required to attain the last step in moving towards moksha, the final spiritual liberation. Moksha, the completion of your spiritual journey. Your spiritual journey will be completed if you follow the path of dharma, the way of righteousness, the path of righteousness. And after that, when you gain spiritual knowledge and material wealth for the world and create a change or transformation in this world, that is how you can go closer to your spiritual journey. Both dharma and artha is completed by your actions, which is karma, which finally leaves a blueprint or an imprint in this world through which you will help the world even after you have left your body. You will help the world through your next generation to spread the same awareness so that people gets more awakened regarding life and soul journey. Moksha, the spiritual enlightenment ascension. Ascension is a lifestyle. It is a lifestyle in which you understand the main purpose is to create awareness and help other souls to rise up in life. It all starts with a spiritual idea. Every idea has some dark side and some bright side. What is a spiritual idea? A spiritual idea is an idea which helps a person to understand that he or she is the soul, not the body. Spiritual practices. Now, it is not always meditation which would help you, or we can say spiritual practice means meditation. No, meditation is a part of spiritual practice, but spiritual practice is also related to all the actions in which you're upgrading your true self. You're realizing your self actualization is the practices. You realize who you are when you practice a lot of things, a lot of emotions, a lot of energies which is within you. You will understand about them only when you do certain practices. It is related more to light and sound in your life. Spiritual knowledge. Now, spiritual knowledge is something which you can get from texts, holy texts, and certain knowledge hubs. But main spiritual knowledge is when you go deep within yourself and realize what is your true worth, what the soul demands. Your body and your mind demand something else. Your heart and mind has a conflict, but the alignment is done only when you get the spiritual knowledge, spiritual awakening. Now, this is the most important process in our journey. We get awakened through soul shocks. When we get soul shocks, something bad happens in our life, some events will shake our life from within, and it would finally end you up in submitting to the universe, in believing that there is this power or energy which is there to protect you in life. And finally, you submit to the universe. And when you do that, it is the universe which, on divine timing, will awaken you to the truth of life, to the truth of your spiritual journey, the main reason why you are here. We never ask why we are here. We are always tuned and programmed in a way in which we will be always following a system since birth, that this is how you should live life. This is the process, a process in which you need to go through the process of education, which is obsolete nowadays. And then after education, you go through the process of marriage, you earn your livings through a job or business, and finally when you have a child, it is your duty as a parent to take care of the child and move ahead. And it is everything looks very uh, most of the time it will look something which is not real. It is a process, it's an ongoing process with temporary happiness, but your main fulfillment is there only and only when you realize that you are awakened to the truth of life. You are awakened to the main purpose for which you have been sent to this planet. Then you have certain spiritual laws and disciplines. So, discipline is the most important thing. In daily life, we should practice something or the other which will help us to upgrade in life. And spiritual laws are also the teachings which will help you in life. Just like if you fail in any relationship, consider it as a protection. Consider that your plan was not uh, your plan wouldn't have given you the correct results which would help you to upgrade, and that's why that relationship failed. Or uh, you failed in a job interview. If you fail in a job interview, you have a better thing coming in life. Maybe that is not aligned to the purpose of your life, and that is the reason you fail in that interview. All these things happens in divine timing by use of spiritual law and discipline. Spiritual actions, only when you take actions and spread the knowledge, laws, discipline to the whole world, that is the spiritual actions you need to do in the spiritual journey to upgrade your life and attain more spiritual enlightenment and spiritual ascension. Spiritual enlightenment is in the hands of the universe. Whether you will get enlightenment in this life or next life, or have you completed all the lessons which was tuned in your life, it all depends on the universe that when you will get it and how you will get it. But the journey of spiritual ascension is dealing with all the energies, the dark energies and the light energies. The energies which will transform you to become a better version of yourself and understand that you are here to finally achieve the main purpose, that is to create awareness in the world and help other souls to evolve in life. This is the main crux of the whole story. This is the main reason. If you are successful in learning your spiritual lessons of life and spreading the same awareness to the other people, then you are in the correct process of spiritual ascension. And I hope that if you practice all these things, if you keep on learning more of spiritual knowledge of dharma, artha, kam, and moksha, the lessons, and align your subconscious mind and conscious mind together. The alignment is only possible if you start working on yourself, start understanding your emotions, and come to your power. Thank you.